Joining us to have a conversation on Zoom is a human rights lawyer, Godwin Selassie Dakbo, managing attorney of the law office of Elisa Kumade.
Yes, I'm Godwin Selassie Dakbo, and this is Make It Legal. Earlier this morning, I had some conversation with ABC News GH, where we have some few minutes of conversation on the issue of protection of human rights.
Make it legal.
When it has to do with education, I have you at heart and I want you to know what exactly you must know. It's good to be educated and know what the right things are. And they are not supposed to be legal advice to you. It was meant for public education, and that is what it still remains. Watch the video and don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Ask your question also. We can address it so that you can be well enlightened, well educated, and be a powerful citizen. That is who Make Legal subscribers are. Go out there and be what? A powerful citizen.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Does the arrest and prosecution of the demonstrators amount to any violation of their human rights, especially their right to a peaceful demonstration?
Yes, first of all, we must appreciate the fact that arrest by itself, it's a legal requirement. And that also means that the law has specific things that must be complied with. Now, the police officer indeed has the right to arrest any person without warrant, but that is only on suspicion that the person is committing an offense of certain categories in his presence. Now, these arrests we're talking about were arrests that were done by these police officers against persons who they thought were committing certain acts. If you see some of the offenses they've leveled against them, we're talking about causing damage to property or unlawful assembly and all of that. If the police suspect that these persons are committing any of these acts or crimes in their presence, they have a right to arrest them. Now, some of the instances where the people were arrested, you could say that, so far as these persons were actually causing destruction to properties that belong to the state or belong to other persons, indeed the police were justified in effecting arrest. But in instances where the people were not even involved in the act of demonstration, were just bystanders who are not even doing anything, no person will say that such an arrest is reasonable enough, or there are indeed a reasonable suspicion of them committing a crime just by taking a photograph or standing by Wopla protesting against unpopular policies that they are not pleased with. So in my opinion, if you ask me, I would say some are lawful arrest, but some are not. But the important thing to emphasize also is that the conclusion as to whether or not an arrest is unlawful is oftentimes within the bosom of the judge to decide. The judge is the one who takes all the facts of the parties involved and comes to a conclusion that this particular arrest is lawful or unlawful. If anybody thinks that his or her arrest is unlawful, the person has a right to go to court to ensure that the judge hears him or her out and comes to a conclusion that indeed the arrest is lawful or was unlawful.
All right, but amongst the people arrested is a pregnant woman. What does the law say about someone who is pregnant, especially considering her medical condition?
Yes, so before you continue watching the video, I want you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel and click the like button to like the video. Very important. Thank you. Let's go back to complete the video.
Yes, indeed, medical treatment and medical concerns are a priority when it comes to the issue of law, and criminal law in general protects persons who have genuine health reasons to not be kept in custody. Indeed, if the person is pregnant, obviously such state of health does not permit that he should be detained in places where places where her health will be a challenge. And I think affecting arrest of such persons and keeping them under detention is against their rights as humans, and they have every right to actually come against such arrest and consider them very unlawful. Indeed, pregnant women, of course, pregnancy has various levels and stages. If you are just a month pregnant, obviously somebody may not be able to perceive that you are pregnant and may probably even arrest you before getting to know that you are pregnant. Or sometimes you may just claim that you are pregnant. Are there possibilities of conducting a test to ensure that indeed the allegation that you are pregnant is true. And if it is true, indeed, the law has to give you that opportunity to get fully, taken care of and not be treated as if you are just any other person who is in good health and committed any offense. So, I mean, pregnant persons have special treatment as far as the matters of law are concerned, especially when it comes to the issue of arrest.
Okay, but some are saying this is an international disgrace to the country by arresting these demonstrators. What do you think about that?
Well, people can say that. It is important to know that human rights are of international, regional, and national character. There are indeed international conventions and treaties that prescribe the right ways, the right of everybody, whether they are citizens or not, to be protected. So people can actually indeed say that it's an embarrassment if the arrests were not proper or were unlawful. If they were unlawful, I mean, in a democratic state like Ghana, people should not be arrested unlawfully just because they are dissatisfied with a policy or decision or inaction of a government. That's in that manner we could say it's an embarrassment. Indeed, the national organizations will see this as a failure on the countryside to comply with its obligations to protect the right of persons who have the right to peacefully demonstrate against policies they consider not in their favor. I mean, indeed, democracy in itself encourages participatory governance, and people often participate in the governance of the nation by peaceful assembly and demonstration. So, if this demonstration indeed, the persons who were arrested did not really commit any crime in the presence of these police officers, or were not indeed involved in any illegality, then it's a disgrace. But if they were indeed arrested for things that were unlawful, for crimes they were perpetuating, then we cannot say it's a disgrace to the whole international community as a nation.
Okay, so Shraj has been silent about this whole issue, even though some people have petitioned. But what do you think is the problem, and what does it make of Shraj?
Well, I don't know what the problem is. I can't speak for Shraj entirely, but I would just want to say that the law indeed empowers anyone who thinks that his or her right is violated or is threatened to be violated to petition some of these organizations to seek redress. Indeed, the court is also there. You can apply to the court and seek redress if you are of the view and you have the right evidence to support saying that the right is being violated, and you think that the protection is required by the law. So Shraj can equally intervene to investigate some of those allegations that you may make and come to a conclusion whether or not the violations were proper or they were just the right things that have been done by these police officers. So indeed, we should not be concerned whether or not the activities of the persons who were demonstrating are contrary to law or not. And this will require that the organization charged with law come in to investigate some of these activities and find out whether or not indeed they were contrary to law or they were just the proper things to do. If they found some illegalities, and they should take the right step to punish people who are guilty of some of these things. I think that would be what I would say if you ask me.
All right, thank you very much, Godwin Selassie Dakpo, and he is a human rights lawyer and the managing attorney of the law office of Elisa Kumade. He joined us to have a conversation on the arrest of protesters and whether it violates their human rights.
All right, thank you for watching. I believe you picked a lesson or two, and as always, we are committed to educating you and enlightening you on issues of law. I have a video that has summarized the 10 rights you have according to the top 10 rights if you are under arrest or you are about to be arrested by the police or by any person. Click the link here to watch that video, and please, as always, keep subscribed, turn on the notification bell, and share this video. Let's get interactive also in the comment section. Share with us your thoughts, and see you in the next video. I am Godwin Selassie Dakpo, and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.